driver like yourself, do you feel as though you are targeted more for drug driving?
Yeah, I feel like I would, because I'm young. I want to, have fun whilst I am young. And if I'm driving along with friends in the back, I might get pulled over.
Yeah. You seem like you're more likely to be doing something that's like an older person on their own, or yeah. Right. Do you think that young drivers are more likely to cause an accident than an older, more experienced driver?
Yeah, I feel because they're still learning. I think you can cause an accident.
Yeah, I mean, some people they pass and they get lucky.
Yeah.
So then they're not actually fully qualified to pass. I mean, I do see what you mean there. Yeah. Do you feel it is fair that young drivers could face a more serious fine for speeding than just a normal driver?
No, I think all the fines should be the same.
Yeah.
Because why should a young driver have to pay more for speeding than a more experienced driver? Because, again,
everyone learned the same way.
Yeah, they could still be getting used to speed.
Right. Is it fair that young drivers are all charged excessive amounts, even though you may intend to drive sensibly?
No, not really. Can you say that again?
Yeah. Is it fair that young drivers are all charged excessive amounts, even though you may intend to drive sensibly?
No, it's not, because you're just trying to drive sensibly and a lot of money.
I mean, the reputation for young drivers isn't so good, so I guess they want everyone to pay more in order to be able to drive. So, yeah. And 79% of young drivers between 17 to 24 do not even know the legal drink limit. So there's a statistic for you.
Alright.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time for the interview.
Thank you.
Hear these melodies.
Have you ever attended a crash site of a young driver?
Yeah, we've been to a number of them over the years. Yeah.
What's the first thing you think about when you see a car crash, especially younger drivers?
Well, when we approach a scene of an accident, we're assessing the accident straight away for what we call the mechanisms of injury. So, doing a whole scene assessment for our safety, firstly, and then also looking at the potential injuries that have occurred to the people involved in the accident. And that would be the same for whether it be a young driver or an older driver. So that initially doesn't change. Unfortunately, a lot of the incidents involving drink and drugs tend to be the highest age group is the youths for that. So yeah, we do get quite a few.
Do you feel that most crashes are completely influenced by drink driving or drug driving, or do you feel it's a wider variety of
No, I think a common theme seems to be that young drivers are overconfident initially with driving. So they haven't got the experience. So although they've passed their test, that really is just the first stage of gaining experience for driving. So although they've passed the test, they're not of a required level to give them confidence when driving, and they maybe would drive beyond their abilities. We often find so, and then when you add in the influence of drugs or drink, which then slows down your reaction times, it's a recipe for disaster potentially.
How long have you been driving for?
27 years.
And do you feel that specific attitudes towards people just starting driving have changed over the years?
Yeah, I think there's been a number of initiatives between us, the fire service and the police, where we do a lot of young driver campaigns. So we run a lot of campaigns. Like currently this year we've got something different each month where it's aimed at different target audiences. So for young drivers, so one will be against drink driving, for example. So yeah, we run a number of things which used to be around. Certainly when I started driving, that was never around. So we're educating younger people and trying to explain the dangers potentially with driving.
Yeah. With insurance as well, I know for younger people starting up, it's very expensive because before the age of 25, you're considered a boy racer in
Yep.
a sense. Was that the same when you started driving?
The insurance was still expensive when I started driving, so yeah, that was no different. Obviously, technology's moved on now, and you've got the black box, which obviously a lot of insurance companies will insist young drivers have. So, which is good because I think that helps slow down. Obviously, it tracks their driving and the speed and the way they drive also, in terms of harsh accelerating and braking. So, I think that certainly helped to improve the situation.
Okay. Do you have a message to any young drivers out there?
Really, the main message is just to drive steadily. Take your time, gain experience. Don't be overconfident. Especially don't sort of show off in front of friends. We've been to a number of instances where the incident's been caused by a young driver driving far too fast beyond his abilities, so over the speed limit, and being overconfident and showing off to friends. So, yeah, we've been to instances like that.
And do you have a message for the viewers as well about what you do specifically?
Yeah, so we'll have some initiatives which we'll invite youth groups down, and we'll do demonstrations maybe of, we'll simulate an RTC, a road traffic accident, road traffic collision, in which case we'll be out in the drill yard and we'll have a couple of cars involved. Sometimes we may even sort of get them to be the casualties in the cars, and we'll cut them out of the cars so they can experience what we have to do on a daily basis when we attend these incidents, and it educates them and puts them in a position where they start to think about the consequences of their driving if they're going to speed or drive under the influence of drugs and alcohol. So yeah, it's through education and different youth groups coming down, and we do talks with them. So yeah.
Right, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure interviewing you.
Okay, thank you.